How many miles are on her?
115,000.
Nice. So today our goal is to get this vehicle to run better than brand new with all the fluids you're about to see. So definitely subscribe to the channel right now and click that notification bell. That way you can come back and see more videos in the future, because you might not have enough time to watch this video through its entirety, but I'm telling you, you're gonna wanna see the entire video. You ready to rock and roll, Doug?
Let's do it.
We're back with our good man, Doug, after about a week. Doug, let's go for a little drive in this car. Tell us what it feels like.
All right.
Had it for about a week with the new fluids in. How's your life?
Okay, yeah, it's been about a week. Life is just amazing. I was actually really shocked to notice the change in terms of like how the car works. And what I've noticed is that the shifting is just perfect now. Before I would like slow down and it wouldn't downshift from a third gear to the second, and I would just try to like take off really fast. I noticed like, wait a second, it's just still in third gear, you know, I'm not really going fast at all. And I was worried a little bit. I thought, you know, the transmission is old or whatever. I didn't even change the transmission fluid, right? We didn't do that. We did that whole thing, right? You know, oil, we did the intake thing with the spray and all that. Now I'm driving and I'm like, holy shit, you know, it's like smooth. There's like, the engine isn't like vibrating. It's not like, it's a 20-year-old car. My whole point was that even though there's nothing that, it's not really, it's just a car, right? It's your car, like you'd think, like whatever. But I've been just feeling great, you know, because I know after work the car's gonna work. I know like with almost 100% certainty that it's gonna get me from point A to point B, and it's gonna feel good. You know, there's not gonna be any weird sounds or vibrations or anything. It's like driving in a new car, right? I wasn't really thinking about it because it's a very subtle thing how we get attached to things that we have, and we get used to things, you know, we get used to, our car essentially becomes almost like an extension of our body.
Oh yeah.
And if there's anything wrong with your car, it's as if you're sick. You feel that way. You're like, oh man, you hear something all of a sudden, or some light goes off, it's not supposed to go off, the engine check and whatever. And you're like, oh man, it's like you went and you saw a doctor and he gave you some bad news, or like you're sick or something. You're like, oh no, you know, and we don't think about these things because it's like, you know, we just kind of go along with whatever is going on. And I had no idea that this would like, you know, change how I feel overall.
Wow.
For the better, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is like amazing, pretty much. So yeah, I'd go like if I feel like driving somewhere or doing something. I'm never thinking like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't, maybe I should, you know, do this or that, or like, you know, I'm like, no, I just get in my car and I just go, and I don't really think about or stress about anything, to be honest with you. And it was a small thing. It was just an oil change and that clean thing that
Sure.
we did. And I just want to mention that, you know, it's like how we essentially get attached to things and we're not even aware of it, because it just raises the bar, you know what I mean? Like you don't really necessarily always enjoy it, you know, because now you're just used to it, you know what I mean? But then when it's not there or something malfunctions, you're like, well, holy shit, why is this not working, you know? It's the same as if like you're at work, you're about to end your shift, and you're about to sit in your car and go home, right? So it's late at night, it's cold outside. So you don't really ever think like, well, maybe you know, I'm not gonna make it home tonight. Maybe the car is not gonna start. Maybe I'll lose a tire halfway. You know?
Sure.
Maybe I'll have to get out and just brave the weather and, you know, get my hands dirty and you just try to figure something out. Call AAA, wait for an hour. I mean, these things happen all the time. And we never, because we just go in this kind of like zombie mode of, you know, going from work to home to work to bed to this to that, you know.
Sure. Yeah.
And it's almost kind of like we're self.
Now, why do you put that in? Why do you put it in park?
I always put it in park because I take the just the pressure off the transmission and the actually I got that from that guy Scotty. You know Scotty, the guy that has a YouTube channel, the mechanic dude. And he said like if you're just waiting for a light or something. You've heard about Scotty, right?
Yeah. I think he's funny.
Yeah.
He's a funny guy.
He said
he's a funny guy.
Shifts, like look, it shifts exactly, you know. Yeah, 2003. Yeah. The upholstery and everything is falling apart, but the engine's like perfect. Just to reiterate myself, noticing how much better I feel just by, you know, taking care of something that's really wasn't expensive or, you know, had I not done it, you know, I would have definitely shortened the expectation of how long this whole thing would live for. When we did this spray thing with
we got it all. Oh yeah.
And when I saw that smoke come out of the exhaust, I was like, holy shit, all the burnt carbon.
All right, we're out with Doug and his beautiful Mitsubishi Eclipse, is this? Right?
Yep.
And we're gonna blow a little smoke out. Sometimes it might smoke for 5 minutes after you get done, but that's just a part of the process. And you can definitely throw your check engine light, which it did. It's got to take a little time to reset sometimes. Just that's what happens when you take off the oxygen sensor. It'll probably go away when we restart it after a couple cycles. And now we'll get some driving impressions from Doug, see what he thinks.
Yeah, it's incredible, man. It drives like new. And the engine's cooler. That's one thing I've noticed. Like the engine's like a lot cooler. And listen to this. It drives like a new car. It's like a 20-year-old car. It's a beater, and look at it. It sounds like a brand new engine.
Wow.
I mean, right?
I don't feel any vibration. Yeah. No hesitation.
Right, yeah. Ms. Bradley?
Yeah.
It was noticeably different. Like it would have like these like like sometimes you know, it would just yeah. I mean, like when I was coming, because we did the oil yesterday, so awesome. That was like the first difference that I've noticed is at work when I was like leaving work, not work, when I was like at home and I turn the engine on at night.
You feel like it's breathing better, more airflow?
Yeah, I mean, like it shifts, everything is smoother, you know, like the car shifts smoother, like everything is
like we're gonna make a right coming up down here.
Like you essentially you added a few more years on your car, you know, new car.
Yeah. So what percent overall difference from when we got to her to now, after doing both processes, what percent difference is it?
Well, it's hard for me to deal like to gauge it like that.
Oh, just an estimate.
But we
don't know that we don't know exactly.
I don't know. I mean, like overall, I would say like 30%, 40% better, something like that. I mean, overall, but it's. I mean, how do you measure that? You know, what we did is essentially we cleaned the engine, we added years to the car. You know, like what's the price of that? What's the percentage of that when you're like relative to not having a car because you just ran it to the ground, you know?
If you're new to the channel, definitely slap that thumbs up button. Really appreciate it. Appreciate you coming along with the journey with our good man Doug. We gave a man a fishing pole. We taught him how to set that hook. And then we showed him how to battle and reel in the fish. What did it feel like, Doug? Tell him.
It felt great, man. Can I shake your hand?
Of course, happy to. You're a good man. You enjoy the process?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Doug can do it all on his own anytime. If you'd want to try the products, you can order them right down below. Click M-O-R-E. You have to click on my link for me to be your dealer. And if you click on the ad below, that won't make me your dealer either. So you got to click on my link in the description section, M-O-R-E. I'll be here for you anytime, always happy to talk. Today, we're going to be using the Power Foam. Before we go cleaning this engine from the inside out, we're going to go ahead and show you well, a couple of steps to get you ready to get inside. First thing we're gonna do, Doug, and we're giving a man a fishing pole and teaching him how to fish. Go ahead, Doug, you're gonna push down right here on this little plastic tab, and you're gonna wiggle this off, and this is the oxygen sensor. That registers how much air is going into the intake, into the throttle body back here. So he's gonna go ahead and do a little wiggle jiggle, push down, and wiggle side to side and pull it out.
Okay,
keep battling, keep battling. Push right here, and we're gonna be getting that oxygen sensor off. Yep. And wiggle side to side. Yep. It's like walking the dog. Keep going. Keep battling. Keep battling. Keep battling. Keep battling. Take this 10mm socket, loosen up this throttle body piece right here. Okay. But before we loosen that up, wiggle this off. That's our little pressure vent or whatever that is. So wiggle that guy off.
Looks like it's cracked.
Yep, that happens. And that's where we're gonna be spraying the Power Foam. Now we're gonna go ahead and do a little wiggle, jiggle, jiggle. So go ahead, Doug, grab right here and wiggle this in a circular motion, and you're gonna wiggle off this intake. With both hands, yep, stand over it, grab it, and give a wiggle, jiggle, jiggle, and wiggle that whole intake off. Keep going. Perfect. Now go ahead and wiggle her out. Nice and slow. Just make sure there's no wires connected to it. This is inside our throttle body, right there. That's deep inside. We're gonna be spraying the Power Foam all inside here. We're gonna be bypassing all the sensors. So we're not gonna be anything near the oxygen sensor. Now we're gonna start using the Power Foam. The Power Foam right here is good for 2-stroke and 4-stroke applications. This cleans and removes all kinds of stubborn gunk build up and years of carbon deposit from mineral oil. We're getting all that junk out of there. Also, it's good for all these different vehicles, cars, trucks, ATVs, UTVs, lawn care equipment, 2-cycles, small engines, you name it, you can Power Foam. Just shake that sucker up. You're gonna go right on ahead and spray right here inside this throttle body. I'm gonna jump in the vehicle and I'm gonna keep it at about 2,000 RPM. And we're gonna go until the entire can is expired. Go ahead and start spraying. Go ahead.
So, in here, right?
Yep, right in the throttle body, yep. Keep the can upright. As upright as you can. Yep, and keep it down. Just as upright as you can. It doesn't need to be perfect. All the way. No, keep it full. Keep it full. Don't let your finger off, Doug. Spray it all around the edges of the plate, of the throttle body plate.
Look at the smoke on this. Wow. No joke.
Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. Doug here, he's gonna wipe up all the little nooks and crannies, make sure she's nice and clean.
Yeah, the inside I've already
You can see how nice and clean that throttle body already is.
Look at that.
Look at that. Look at how clean she is. Wipe up that little bit of residue we got so it's not on your wires. You can wipe that up. Good. Reassemble it. So if this is on your car, biggest thing, just make sure you don't get the power foam and any sensors. Car won't start if you don't unplug that oxygen sensor. So now we're going to reset the computer. Doug, you know what to do. Take that negative battery cable off. That's it. That's good. Stop. Not too much. Yep, should wiggle right up. There you go. Make sure all the electricity's out of this thing. So Doug, go ahead and turn the ignition on. Turn that car over. See if it starts without that wire on.
Nope.
Perfect. That's exactly what we want. So now we got all that extra electrical stuff out of the system. Go ahead, Doug. You can go ahead and plug her back in and tighten her back up. We got everything hooked back up. It's time for the smoke show. You ready, Doug? You're going to be on the throttle. Go ahead and start her up and keep her at about 2,000 RPM. Come on over. This is it. Go ahead and start her up. Keep her at about 2,000 RPM. Come here, listen to this thing. Look at that smoke. Years and years of carbon deposits. Woo! All that mineral oil, all burnt, caked up. It's all coming out. Now you're gonna hear she's starting to clear up a little bit and she's starting to sound better. Listen to that. She's starting to become a hummer. You know what time it is? It's time to go drive her. 115,000 miles on her. And we're getting some driving impressions. Getting out in the open road. So how's she feeling?
Smooth.
Wow.
Smooth.
Wow.
Yeah, really smooth. Like, listen to this. I can't hear it at all. It's a 20-year-old car.
Wow.
Can't hear it at all.
Wow. That's awesome. You can make it right here if you want.
Yeah, make sure you get the back of the neck hair.
Oh yeah.
the caveman.
Yeah.
So what am I going? 50? All right.
Wow.
What is it? 45 here? Yeah.
So what's your favorite thing about this car, Doug?
It's the convertible, the roof. The roof comes off. That's
Love
the
it.
thing. In Vegas, that's like gold, right? And
I love it.
and it's, you know,
You
for
can
what it is, it's a quick little car. It whizzes around streets, and you know, you can just. I mean, for what it's worth, right?
Sure.
Yeah, the roof is pretty cool, man. Just having a convertible, because I've noticed like a lot of my friends that are married now and like have kids and everything, they kind of like, oh, they see me with a convertible and they're like kind of, oh man, you know, like you could tell they're envious a little bit. You know, they wish they could live that roofless convertible bachelor life that they.
You know what the definition of a bachelor is, Doug?
Go ahead.
A man that goes to work every day from a different direction. That's the definition of a bachelor.
Whatever that means, man. But I'm with it.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's the definition of a bachelor. So we've been driving a whole half a mile. How's she running? We can make
It's
it right
really
here.
smooth, man. Really smooth. Remember, this car is 20 years old, and it's got 20-year-old parts, man. It's just, it's incredible. Yeah. This thing that we did to it is pretty smooth, man. I'm quite, you know, impressed.
And how do you feel about me giving you a fishing pole and teaching you how to fish?
Well, you already did today, right? You showed me how to change the oil and all that, you know.
How did it feel?
It felt good. You know, I was just pretty much on like autopilot, just taking, you know, directions, following directions, and doing what you told me to do. It was easy. You know, it was easy. It smelled, that old oil, the dirty oil smelled. And I didn't know that was what I was smelling when I would drive behind, because I, you know, ride a lot, open windows, roof top down. I smell a lot of things that, you know. So you smell a lot of stuff that goes on around, right? So when I didn't know that's what I was smelling, the carbon burnt oil from people's cars. You know? And
all
it
that
has
mineral
this
oil.
kind of chemical smell to it, you know, that, and I didn't know that was the oil, actually, because until we drained it and I smelled the oil that came out of my car, I was like, damn, this is gnarly, you know.
We can make it right here. Out of your expectations on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say the element of surprise is? Like, would you say it's, oh, you thought, you know, oh, doing this flush thing, it's going to do what it did, or it surprised you a little bit, a lot? What would you say now that we drive? Now it's, I mean, it's fully in now. I mean, we got the fuel additive working. You feel it idling now?
Okay. So this is the thing. You told me it was going to make a world of a difference, so I did expect it.
Got it.
So the element of surprise isn't that, you know,
Surprising. Nice.
Nice. But so I can't really give you a number there.
Nice.
But
as far as the improvement in performance, when we make it right here, give it some gas and tell me what you think the power difference is when we take a turn here.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Wow, that's pretty smooth, man. Wow,
so what would you say the overall performance difference is in percentage?
Huge.
In percentage.
I would say, okay, that's a bit rough. I would say 50%. 50% is a lot, though. Okay, here it is. Remember how it was rattling before? You don't hear that.
It's all nice and warm, yeah.
Well, it didn't rattle at all. Like, since we started it, something would rattle.
Wow.
Because the engine worked harder, right?
I didn't even notice that.
Well, there was something. Remember, I told you there was some kind of thing that was. Sure. And I heard it, and you said, well, maybe it's some kind of plastic that's hitting, or
like
whatever.
A plastic panel, yeah.
And so it doesn't. Can't hear that anymore.
Any other closing notes you want to tell everybody?
Well, I didn't even know you guys, AMSOIL, existed, to be honest with you. I didn't know any of this, right, until I met you, and
wow,
you know, I had no idea. So
wow.
Well, okay, so this is a takeaway. No, just be on top of it. You know, just do this. You know, drain, do the fluid cleaner, the engine fluid cleaner, whatever. And you'll add a lot of years to your engine, you know, if it's a good car, right? So, you know, it's a lot cheaper to be on top of it than just let things slide and think, okay, I have a beater, I'll just run it to the ground. Yeah, well, it's going to cost you more, right?
Sure.
If you don't take care, if it's a beater, you still got to give it some love, right? Just like anything, like you're brushing your teeth and flossing and you know, rinsing with peroxide every day. Or, you know, washing your private parts.
Yep.
So it's the same thing, you know.
Take care of your car, it'll take care of you. So if you want your vehicle to run longer and stronger, definitely subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back to show you a lot more on how to get your vehicle to run better than brand new, and by choosing all the right fluids. And if you want to try these fluids, definitely get them right here down below through my link. You'll see more, and that'll show all my links. You'll see all my contact info. If you have any questions, anything, let me know. I'm always here for you. Leave a comment. You can text me, email me. I'm a YouTuber you can get a hold of. And Doug can even say. And you happy, Doug?
I'm stoked.
You're a good man. Thanks for always being a part of the community. You're a great guy, Doug. Welcome to Synthetic Oil Protection. I'm your host, Eben, and today we're going to be showing you step by step how to get the sludge out of your motor with our colorful friend here. And what's your name?
Doug?
And you know what we're going to be doing today with Doug? We're going to be giving Doug a fishing pole, and we're going to be teaching Doug how to fish. And we're going to show it every step of the way. Ready to go fishing, Doug?
Yes, sir.
And put that engine flush right here inside the motor. Now tell him, what car is this?
This is a Mitsubishi Eclipse 2003 four-cylinder convertible.
I love it. How many years have you had her?
I've had it for 7 years now,
Nice.
but it's 20 years old.
And show him all the sludge that's on there. Look at all that gunked up, caked up, crusty burn oil. And what that is, that's mineral oil. Mineral oil burns like butter on a frying pan. Totally normal, nothing wrong with it. That's just the general chemical nature of the product. That one, this is the one you put in every 4,000 miles. Let's put it in right now. And this one's gonna clean the valves and injectors on his vehicle. And it's gonna help with pre-ignition. It's gonna run smoother, quieter, less friction, less heat, less wear.
Okay.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, Doug, how hard is this?
I'd say probably 9.5.
Do twice, go ahead. Now you'll see how that stream shot completely straight. That's what happens when you have an injector that's clogged. Basically, there's no atomization. You're actually missing the spark in your combustion chamber. What's that gonna do? Well, you're gonna cylinder wash the cylinders. You're gonna lose power, lose performance, fuel mileage. You don't wanna lose anything. We wanna gain. That's the goal. Go ahead, Doug, close down that valve so it atomizes. You'll see how there were those little droplets. Close it down even more. Now do it. Now close it down more. Now that's real good atomization. What's that doing is you got these little droplets between each molecule of air. The more air you have between the fuel, you can burn more fuel. What does that mean? You can make more
Babies?
We're going to be putting in the Power Duo. This right here has made 6.4% more wheel horsepower heat soaked on the synthetic oil protection machine over there, that red car. That happens to be the mascot of the channel, and we utilize that vehicle to show off all the products. So the first one we're going to put in is our Dominator Octane Booster. Go ahead and pop that in with your finger, Doug. Just pop in with your nail, pop right in. And that right there is going to have a much cleaner, more efficient burn. It's going to have less pre-ignition, especially in high temperatures. So if you're doing any high temperature driving, that's going to make a huge difference. And after we get that bottle, this treats 15 gallons of gasoline. And this is specifically for gasoline vehicles, not E85. And now our upper cylinder lubricant. I love to run every full tank. You'll go longer per full tank of gas. Costs about the price of a good cup of coffee. That one you can peel. And what's so great about it, you'll find yourself not filling up as much and a much smoother idle. Go ahead and shove that sucker in. Beautiful. And that's our upper cylinder. I recommend getting that by the case, and you'll be so happy you got it, and your engine will run so much smoother.
We're gonna turn on the engine, and then we're gonna idle it for 15 minutes.
Perfect. Perfect. And turn her off. And now it's time to go ahead and drain her down. So we got her cracked loose.
Okay, how far do I
Keep going until you can get her by finger. Keep the crush washer with it.
Oh shit.
And there she blows. Don't worry about it, it's okay. Just let it go. Just let it go. Just breathe. You're good. And there's the dark Chaco. That's the old Charco. Like charcoal and mineral oil deposits.
Smell that.
Yep, and here's a rag. Use that rag. We've got our fresh AMSOIL rags. Use that to wipe up the bolt. Go ahead and wipe up that bolt.
Hold on. We're gonna wipe my hands first.
Yeah, there you go. Wipe your hands up. Yep. It's okay if you drip on the cardboard once you have the right tools and you've done it. So now we're gonna drop her level and let her drain down completely. Blast it, Doug. Blast the, yep, you got it. Blast the heck out of her. Good, hit the bolt. And now show them what it looks like. And show them the oil cap. Look at how nice and clean. Beautiful. We're taking off our oil filter.
All right.
All right, we're good.
Take it off?
Yep, go ahead and take it off slow. Yep, take it off.
Okay, it's gonna
And
drip
now-
probably. Yep.
Yep, and don't drop the filter so it doesn't splash. Yep. And there we are. Dump it out. And then just set it on the cardboard. Got the golden torch of liquid gold. Here you go, Doug. And go ahead and open up that filter. Let's show them what filter we're putting on. Filter's at 99% efficiency. So let me see that box for a sec. We're gonna show them, just set that filter here. And we're gonna dump it in. And this filter's at 99% efficiency at 20 microns. And what it does is it catches all these different wear particles that wear out your pistons, your cams, and it keeps that out of your motor oil from circulating, which is very important. Also, filters at 99% efficiency, which is quite a bit better than your OEM filters, and that gives you extra protection. And you have a much upgraded anti-drain back valve, which we're going to show you right now. So Doug, grab that filter over there underneath the car. It'd be more of your OEM style filter. It's very small, doesn't hold as many contaminants. Also, it's got the black rubber anti-drain back valve, which can deform over the course of the year. That rubber isn't as malleable as, say, the silicone that's on the AMSOIL filter. Also, the AMSOIL filter has a nice texture. That texture allows you to get a better grip on it when you go ahead and tighten it on, and gives you a lot more confidence with your vehicle. Good for 15,000 miles. So usually for most people, you're good for the whole year with the oil and filter. If you drive a lot, you can actually just change the filter halfway through and you're good for up to 25,000 miles of normal driving. And we're gonna go ahead and just start lubing her up until it boobles over the top. Go ahead and get it all over the place. Don't be shy with it. And this can also extend the performance of your vehicle. So
Well,
you can
now,
keep going until it bubbles over. Go quicker until it kind of bubbles and spills off.
I see.
It's like pouring honey on pancakes. Don't be shy with it. Go more, quicker until it boils over. Go more, Doug, more until it spills. Go more. Keep going. Don't be shy. Look at him. He's too scared to go for it. Good. More. Perfect. That's what we were looking for. The spillover. And now go ahead and get the O-ring nice and lubed with your fingers. Go ahead. Just wipe it all the way around. Give it a little couple rocks and twists as it saturates the media. It's actually saturating that media inside there, which is a proprietary synthetic media that holds 4 times more contaminants than cellulose paper filters. So we're good with that. You can see how it absorbed it. Go ahead and thread her on. Go ahead and thread her on. And you're just gonna go until she touches. Should go like butter. Is it going nice and easy?
Yeah, really smooth.
Yep. And once it touches, you're just gonna go 3/4 of a turn. Show you Niagara Falls in a can. Go ahead and start spraying. You can get further away. Get further away and hold the can upright when you spray it. Yep. Go ahead, shoot full power. Yep, blast the whole, blast it everywhere. Keep going. Get the filter. Yep, the top of the filter, yep.
I can't see where it is from this.
There you go, you got it. That's nice and clean. Nice and clean. We're dumping the old dark Choco out. Go ahead, Doug. Dump it out. Look at that. Look at that.
It smells really bad too.
Oh, it's rough. So how much carbon do you think's in there?
A lot, man. Like, I don't know if the previous owner ever did something like this, but it looks gnarly.
So how do you feel about the whole process so far?
I feel amazing. I mean, it's going to add years to the years of life, you know, to the whole car, you know, the engine or whatever.
Nice. How do you think it's going to drive once we get done with her?
It's going to drive smooth.
All right, it's time to put in the liquid gold. Doug's got the golden torch in his hands, and you're going to see him put it in right now. Go ahead. Bring it up a little bit. Let's see the gold. Oh, yeah. That's gorgeous. Look at it go. Beautiful. Can I put a bottle in, Doug?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, we got about 4.5 quarts of liquid gold going in. And in like every good scary movie, the killer always comes back to life. Here we go, the liquid gold's going in. Start low and bring her up. Oh yeah, we bottomed out on the hood. That feels so good you can even feel the protection. Lefty. So this oil will clean the rings, clean the sludge inside your motor. And if you have an older vehicle like this, you actually want to come back in about 3,000 to 5,000 miles and change the filter, because the oil is going to get very dark and you're going to be, well, scared, confused. You might even want to change your oil, but you don't have to. All you do is come back, put another bottle of PI Performance Improver in, and go ahead and change that filter. And your confidence with your vehicle will go through the roof. And I can actually already feel how good this thing's going to run. All right, let's go rip.
So good, everything's good?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
You know what to do.
Let me know when you want it off.
All right, you can turn her off.